Hey, okay, so I wanted to kickstart things with the skeleton dance. We all know the skeleton dance from 1929, Walt Disney's Silly Symphony. I love this cartoon. I always have. I mean, I don't know if the Disney Channel still shows it every year, but every year they would always show it at some point. And in fact, I miss when the Disney Channel would show specials instead of their countdowns and everything, but I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to do that here. But the skeleton dance, I mean, we all love it. I mean, if you're not familiar with it, if you've never seen it, I will, of course, put it in the description for you. But with the skeleton dance, basically you see those cats, and it starts in a graveyard, and you see the well-known animation of Walt Disney with the cats and this dog howling and the exaggeration and everything, and of course this bell ringing, and it's an exaggeration of that Walt Disney is known for. And it's the midnight hour, and then you see um the skeleton jump out, and it starts off the the dancing to a catchy tune. And don't judge me, I have that song on my laptop. i I love it. I also have the Steamboat Willie song, so don't judge me. So um as it turns out, we are very familiar with the Silly Symphony series. That was Walt Disney's thing, much like for Chuck Jones, it was Merry Melodies. One thing to understand is that this was during the time when talkies were coming out. So the idea was to put animation to sound and music. And of course, with Walt Disney, he did Fantasia. So, of course, with his animation and everything, why not? So, he did this series that was Silly Symphonies. Now, the other thing to understand with him, because he did the idea for Silly Symphonies was he didn't want to be dependent on Mickey Mouse. He absolutely did not want to be dependent on Mickey Mouse at all. So, he decided to do this series, and it worked. I mean, we all love those stories. I mean, he did some of the fairy tales and everything. I mean, there was the flowers and the trees, which was one of the more famous ones, next to the skeleton dance and everything. And you look at some of the others, and so so you go through and watch them and everything, and some of them you don't even realize were his Silly Symphonies. So and anyway, and of course some of the Silly Symphonies are with Mickey and Donald and Goofy, but this one was the very first. It kickstarted the Silly Symphonies series. He had the year before, I believe, in 1928, had released Steamboat Willie, and then, of course, he decided to do this series. Now, one thing that I read about this, which I found very interesting, was that apparently, as of 1931, I don't know if the ban is still there, but in Denmark, this particular cartoon was banned because it was too macabre, which I found interesting. It was too scary. But considering some of the silent films that were banned in China because of superstitious and religious stuff and that sort of thing, I guess it makes sense. And but anyway, so but with the skeleton dance, I will again put it in the description for you if you have never seen it. The fact that it's 90 years old as of this year. I'm just now realizing that. Yeah, so 1929, so 2019, it's the 90th anniversary of, it's 6 minutes long. When was it released exactly? So August 29th was when it was officially released. But, yeah, so it's 90 years old this year. Oh my heavens. But anyway, with the skeleton dance, I just, I always sing along to the tune. I have it on my laptop, and there's a lot of times where all of a sudden I'll go da 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 da, and I get my mom into it, you know, and we'll start dancing. We'll start doing the dance, and in fact, we did it one time in the store, and people were looking at us funny. It's just one of those feel good happy, and the kids love it. And in fact, I used the song when it was Halloween time the last year that I taught, and I used the song, and the kids knew exactly what it was. And the kids, especially that part in it where the skeletons have their like that, and it's like da 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 da, yeah, and the kids were laughing and giggling. They loved it. They knew exactly what it was, and in fact, when I put it in and I said, "Do you know what this is?" and they said, "Oh, the skeleton dance! Yay!" So all ages love this dance. Love this silly symphony. The fact that Walt Disney was trying really hard not to be so dependent on Mickey Mouse, well, he succeeded, and it's 90 years old this year. So yeah, I love it. Even, I mean, I'm 37 years old and I still watch it, and it just makes me laugh and giggle and like a little kid. And I'm not the only one, and I know it. If you try and say that it doesn't make you smile, you're lying. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to talk about it. Yeah, I'm just now while doing this video, I'm realizing that this short cartoon, 6 minutes long, Skeleton Dance, is 90 years old. So and it's still very, very popular even today. So well done, Disney. So anyway, guys, that is the Skeleton Dance.